ELD with Brainstorm MTG back with another segment of Fast Effect. Here we have Jeff, who's actually on a Turbo Depths pile versus Drew on Merfolk. And leading out with a fast land there, green-black, along with Lotus Petal. And a Chalice of the Void coming down at 0. Turn too late there. We have a 2-mana Sylvan Scrying, grabbing a Dark Depths. Oh, and it looks like it's actually into the north. No, I believe that was Sylvan Scrying. All right, we'll see here. Silvergill Adept off of Mutavault, drawing a card. And Vampire Hexmage threatening to get a 2020 on board right away here. And that looks like a Smuggler's Copter. So that can, in fact, block. He crews, he blocks. He gets the loot. Is he going to be able to get anything else in front of that Merit Lage, though? And it looks like a Harbinger of the Tides there. Returning the 2020 to his hand. So a Thespian Stage and a Vampire Hexmage join on Jeff's side of the board, but that was quite a turn of events there. Wasteland for Drew, trying to keep things manageable. And all of a sudden, this game is really taking a turn. Unable to swing with the Silvergill Adept due to the first strike on Vampire Hexmage. And there's another Vampire Hexmage. Not going to be any islands on Jeff's side of the board here. So this first strike could potentially become a factor. They can gang block and take down one fish at a time. However, now with Master of the Pearl Trident on board, each of these Merfolk getting +2/+2. And he's just going to go ahead and swing. So first strike taken down to 1 life. Verdant Catacombs no longer useful. 4 threats on Drew's side of the board. Elvish Spiritguide coming down as a potential blocker, and that gets Snap, Force of Willed, pitching True Name Nemesis in Drew. In a surprising turnabout, manages to survive off of Smuggler's Copter of all things, allowing him to block that Merit Lage and buy just a little bit of time to loot into the Harbinger of the Tides and actually bounce the 2020. So Merfolk not traditionally having much game at all versus Merit Lage tokens, not running traditional removal like Swords to Plowshares, actually finds a way. Pulling up the text for Harbinger of the Tides here. It is rarely played. And there we go, 2/2 for 2, and you can cast it as if it had flash when you pay 2 more. Enter the battlefield, return target tapped creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. What an unusual sequence that we saw unfold there. And Smuggler's Copter, an interesting addition to Merfolk. Certainly not difficult to crew the card under most circumstances. Very low crew cost. A lot of Merfolk coming down that you probably didn't want to block with anyways. Come down and they are sick for a turn. And it looks like a Pithing Needle on Jeff's side of the board. That could help quite a bit stopping Wasteland, which is a main weapon of Drew's deck against the land strategy, is actually stopping the combo. Counter Magic not typically hugely impactful. And this Thoughtseize here has some targets to choose from. Chalice, Force of Will, Lord of Atlantis, Curse Catcher, Silvergill Adept. And he's going to grab the Force, leaving Cavern of Souls as the sole mana source here. And Curse Catcher comes down uncounterable. And Scrying is actually going to be countered by that Curse Catcher. And Chalice at 1 coming down. That is going to strand quite a few cards in Jeff's hand unless he gets rid of it. And he will, in fact, use the Abrupt Decay. He's playing Dark Depths, tapping it to play Pithing Needle, naming Wasteland. So the coast is largely clear here. We got a crop rotation. The nice thing about Urborg here, too, is it allows that Dark Depths to tap for mana in order to pay for the Thespian Stage activated ability. Urborg just really speeding up this deck. And there's the Smuggler's Copter again. And the 2020 comes down. And literally a replay from game 1. Will Drew have the Harbinger? Force of Will in hand. Needed both a blue source and the Harbinger in all likelihood. 1 mana Curse Catcher. It looks like this is going to do it this game. So the 2020 was in fact good enough, taking down game 2. So Smuggler's Copter did open up a little bit of a window there. Drew's mana really not cooperating on that, I believe, mull to 6 with just the 1 land in Cavern of Souls. And Jeff's deck functioning as intended here, making 2020s in a pretty reasonable time frame. Urborg has been really key in terms of speeding up the deck by that 1 extra turn. We're seeing a Hex Mage and Dark Depths. That deck, that hand sorely needs an Urborg in it. It looks like that is not going to be keepable. But he does go ahead and keep. He's just believing in the heart of the cards. Leading out with a Duress. Verdant Catacombs, fetching a Bayou. Grabbing Pithing Needle. Lord of Atlantis, Curse Catcher, and Drew emptying his hand in a hurry here with that Aether Vial and plenty of lands. He's going to be able to just deploy any threats that he draws. And this is just a race at this point. Sylvan Scrying, Curse Catcher, Vialed in, stopping the Scrying. A Master of the Pearl Trident, another Lord there. So a pair of 3/3s. 3-turn clock on Drew's side of the board. And Pithing Needle coming down. And here is a 2020 being made in response thanks to Elvish Spirit Guide. Not much to name with Pithing Needle at this point. So a 2020. And Phantasmal Image. Coming in off of Aether Vial. Typically copying Merfolk. This time, you got to imagine the 2020 is what he's making a copy of. That's indestructible, and that's going to be able to hit in for the crackback. And there we go. Drew taking it down with a Merit Lage token. Well done. Well, that was a very entertaining match. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and we'll be back for some more Legacy in the next video. You made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you want to help the channel, you can click like or subscribe, or you can check out some of our other videos covering Magic's most powerful formats. Thanks for watching.